If you're running a business today, you're probably looking at AI with this mix of total excitement and, well, a little bit of fear. On one hand, you see this massive, world-changing opportunity, but on the other, there's this whole new world of potentially huge risks. So let's dive into that tension, because honestly, figuring this out is one of the biggest challenges out there right now.
And that brings us to the real million-dollar question, the one that's on every leader's mind. How do you actually use all this incredible AI power without throwing the doors wide open to all the danger? How do you get that reward without taking on a risk you just can't afford?
And this really shows you the dilemma, doesn't it? On one side, you've got the incredible promise of AI. We're talking boosted productivity, finding insights you never even knew were hiding in your data, and automating all that tedious work. But then there's the other side of the sword, the peril, the constant threat of data leaks, massive compliance breaches, and this thing that's popping up everywhere called shadow AI. And we're going to get to that one in just a second.
So let's tackle that last point first, because shadow AI is a problem that's already happening in most companies, whether they realize it or not. We're talking about the Wild West of public AI tools, and the fact that we really need to get it under control.
Okay, so here's the reality check. Your employees are already using public AI. They're plugging stuff into ChatGPT, using Gemini for research, maybe asking Copilot to help with a presentation. And just picture this. Someone on your team pastes confidential launch plans into a public tool to get some ad copy. When that kind of usage is totally uncontrolled and invisible to IT, well, that's shadow AI. And it is a massive blind spot.
So, what do you do about it? Well, Pragatix's answer starts with a familiar concept, a firewall. But this isn't for your network, this is an AI firewall. And you can think of it in exactly the same way. Its entire job is to be a shield for your company, protecting you from misuse, data leaks, and those compliance nightmares through some really smart governance.
So how does this thing actually work? Well, first off, it flips the lights on in that dark room, giving you complete visibility by watching all the AI use happening in the company. And here's the really cool part. You can set the rules for what's okay and what's not, using just plain English, not complicated code. The system then becomes a guard, automatically stopping sensitive data, like customer info or health records, from ever leaving your walls. It also actively blocks tricky threats, like prompt injection. And the big takeaway here, it helps you stay compliant with major new rules, like the EU AI Act. It becomes your official gatekeeper for all public AI.
Okay, so that's how you handle the risk from the outside world. But what about that giant opportunity on the inside? What about that treasure chest of incredibly valuable data that's just locked away inside your own company's systems? That's what we're diving into next.
This quote right here, this gets to the absolute heart of the matter. The whole point is to get powerful insights from your own company data, but with absolutely zero risk of that data ever getting out. This is the whole mission of the other half of the Pragatix platform.
It's called the Pragatix AI Suite, and you can think of it as a master set of keys to unlock all your company's knowledge. It all starts with a smart search that gets what you mean, not just what you type. From there, a knowledge assistant can pull together info from all your different documents to give you a straight answer. I mean, imagine asking, what were our top customer complaints last quarter, and just getting a summary, not a pile of links. You can even analyze complex spreadsheets just by asking questions in plain English. Your developers get a secure code assistant. And eventually you can have AI agents that automate entire workflows across all these different tools.
But the real power, the magic of it all, is that it connects to everything. The AI suite securely plugs right into your emails, your Slack or Teams chats, your CRM data, your internal databases. Suddenly, all of your company's collective brain power, scattered all over the place, is brought together into one secure, searchable hub. So, you've got the AI firewall protecting you from the outside world, and the AI suite unlocking all the value on the inside. But the really important thing to get here is that these aren't just two separate products you have to tape together. Nope. They're two sides of one single, unified platform that was built from the ground up with security at its very core.
And they know that one size definitely does not fit all, so that platform is incredibly flexible. You can install it on-premise, right in your own data center for maximum control. If you just want to get going fast, there's a SaaS version where they handle all the infrastructure. You can also deploy it in your own private cloud, like on AWS or Azure, which gives you a great mix of convenience and control. And for the most secure situations imaginable, it can run completely air-gapped, totally cut off from the outside world.
So, when you look at that intense focus on security and flexibility, you have to ask, who is this really built for? What kind of organization is going to get the most out of this approach?
Well, it's really designed for any place where the stakes are super high. where a data breach isn't just a bad day, it's a complete catastrophe. We're talking about finance, where client data is everything. Healthcare, with all the strict patient privacy laws. Government agencies dealing with classified info. And of course, the legal world, with attorney-client privilege. Really, it's for any big company where data security and compliance are just not up for debate.
So let's just pull this all together. At the end of the day, the platform is built to solve the two biggest AI problems at the same time. It gives you the control you need to safely use public AI tools while also giving you the power to finally unlock the massive strategic value hiding inside your own private data.
And that really just leaves us with one final question for you to think about. Right now, today, is your company's use of AI a hidden risk that you can't quite see, or is it a strategic resource that you are in complete control of? Because the answer to that question is probably going to define who wins and who loses over the next decade.